Hi guys, it's Katie from The Contented Plant, and today I'm going to show you my 3 favorite ways to propagate pothos. They're all really simple and tried and true methods, so let's get started. So today I have a neon pothos and a marble queen pothos, and I am going to propagate a little bit of each plant. It's not a super long plant, but it has a few stems that have good nodes on them, so I will be able to use that. What I mean by a node is these points here. These are called nodes, and that is where the new roots will grow when you cut your pothos. So let's get started. You are going to need a clean pair of scissors. You want to sterilize these with some rubbing alcohol, or you can use a really sharp razor blade, but you need something that's going to make a nice, sharp, clean cut so that you don't damage your plant. So the first thing we're gonna do is find a healthy spot here that's got lots of good nodes. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right in the center here. So I have 2 nodes left. Okay, so this is the cutting that I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna cut this once more. As you can see, this one has a lot of nodes on it, which is really good. So I'm going to cut it right in the center of each of the nodes. And now I have 2 cuttings that are going to be easy to plant with nice possibilities for root growth. I am going to plant this in my little pot here. With pothos, they're so easy to propagate, you can literally plant them back into a pot and they'll grow roots. So I have my potting mix here. It's about 60% perlite and 40% potting mix. The perlite are these little white balls here, and what they do is they keep the soil light and airy, and they allow the roots to continue to get oxygen, but also moisture as well. If you were to just go in with potting soil, you can accidentally drown your roots and give them root rot. So all we're gonna do is make a little hole in the center and place our cutting right in the hole. So I'm just going to make a hole in the soil with my finger, make sure that I have it planted with the nodes down into the soil, and then you could just have your cute little leaf sticking up there, and that is one. And then I'm gonna plant my other one. This is probably a better picture, but you can see that's the node there. And we're gonna plant this right next to the other cutting with the node down in the soil, but the stem still up high enough that it's not going to get rotted. And then I'm just gonna take some distilled water here and give it a little spritz to wet that soil down. But you don't want to drown it in water, so that's probably enough. It's just enough to get the soil wet, but to keep the roots from potentially getting root rot. And once a week or so, I'm gonna give this a spritz, and I will keep this pot in a place that is nice and bright with indirect light. So the second way that you can propagate a pothos is probably the most common, and that is with the water method. And all you need is the distilled water, and you need a jar. I like to use mason jars. They're just really easy to use. They're everywhere and they're affordable. So I use a mason jar, and we're gonna use the same technique that we used with the neon pothos here. So I have this one is quite a bit longer than my neon, as you can see. She's a happy marble queen, a happy little plant. So I'm gonna find a section that I like here. Okay, I'm gonna cut right here. Again, you wanna cut in the middle of the nodes, and I'm just gonna take that old leaf sheath off. And you can see I have a node here and a node right here. And I'm going to cut in the center to make 2 cuttings. Okay. So I now have 2 cuttings here, and this one has quite a few nodes on it. So this is going to be my water propagation. And it really couldn't be any easier. Normally I would propagate more cuttings in one jar, but since I'm just showing you, I'm just gonna put this little guy in there. You are just gonna rest it in just like this. You want the bottom to be sitting in the water and the top to be out, otherwise you'll rot your leaf if you try and put the leaf in the water as well. And this will start to grow in probably 2 weeks. Okay, my third and final tip for propagating is a little bit out of the norm, but one of my favorite ways. So let me go show you. So as you can see, I have this gorgeous fish tank here, and it makes propagating pothos the easiest thing ever. I'll show you what I do here. So I'm just gonna rest the leaf right here in the opening in the back of the fish tank. They're just gonna kind of hang out there. They get a little bit of light from the window, but honestly, they don't seem to need that much. And you can see right at the very top here, that's the node that's sitting up there. My gourami is checking it out. It does not harm the fish. These pothos are perfectly fine for the fish. And the roots, as they grow, will actually take nitrates out of the water, and they feed on the nitrates that the fish produce. So it helps the fish out and it helps the plant at the same time. So it's kind of a win-win. Okay, so just a quick recap. We have soil propagation, water propagation, and fish tank propagation, all of which are super easy and will grow roots pretty quickly. The fish tank probably grows roots the fastest. It will grow them about a week faster for me than just sitting in plain normal water. So I hope that video cleared things up for you guys. This is by far not the only methods to propagate pothos. There are many different ones to choose from, but these are my 3 favorite and they are super simple. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.